Anyway, our next
Yes.
guest is no stranger to Black Authors Matter TV. Her name is Julia Royston, and Julia is a publisher. She's an author. Every time I talk to her, she's published 50 more books at least, and and she's going to be at the festival again this year with her and some of her different books by different authors. She normally will bring a couple of our authors with her. And then she also facilitates the publishers panel that we have every year. And we normally have five or so publishers that talk about what they're looking for and how they can help people get their books published. So Julia, and she's doing her own seminar. But anyway, Julia, welcome back to Black Authors Matter TV.
Thank you so much.
I
So
try to
glad to
have you
be
on at least
here.
once a year.
I
And close to
know.
the festival is the best time because then you
I
get
know. It really, 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 really is. How are you ladies doing tonight?
to
Wonderful. How are you? I'm
fine.
good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. So tell people what BK Royston does. BK
Okay.
Royston Publishing.
Okay,
What
so
what
BK
what is
Royston
it?
Publishing is a full service publisher. That means I normally tell people I can get the idea or something you've been mulling around in your head from idea to Amazon. And so everything in between. Right now, I do writing coaching for people, helping them guide them through the process of telling their story. Some people, of course, come to me with the story already done. Some people come to me, the story's done, the story's published, but it's not selling. So we do everything a little bit in between. BK Royston Publishing is 17 years old and is the faith-based and family friendly. That's where the children's books and the inspirational books are, and everything faith-based and family friendly. Royal Media and Publishing is my second company. It will be 8 years old in October. And that's where the mystery thrillers are, urban fiction, fantasy fiction, and all of that, where that is. And then the book business boss consulting is for people who may have self-published or they need somebody with their team or they published another way, but they still need a coach. I did it on my own. It didn't work out so well. Help, Julia, help. So I work with I'm kind of a la carte at times. And so I work with people from all aspects, from those who traditionally published and then they want to self-publish on their own, or they want to be independent and they want to go back and forth and do a multiplicity of things. So I really, my tag is I'm helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss.
I like the fact that you have segmented your publishing services so you can help a variety of authors, but you're very specific about where those authors fall.
Yes.
How far were you in your company before you realized you needed to make that separation?
Even though Royal Media is 8 years old, and then of course, so that's like 9 years in, but really they started asking me about 5 years in. And so I had to really, seek God about that because I was, I'm a faith-based person. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I don't want to publish anything that is, discrediting my faith at all, and so I'm very specific about what I will publish and what I won't. I have Cadence Royal is my pen name on a Royal Media and Publishing. So that'll tell you. So my government name is on BK Royce and Publishing. And then my pen name is Royal Media and Publishing. So I'm an author there too as well. So therefore it was about 5 years. I mean, first off, it was like a whole 2 years before I published the first person because I kept saying no. And then 5 or 6 years, they saw the brand, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about. But they saw what I was publishing and they realized, I don't know if my book fits in there. I mean, will you look at it? Yes, but I didn't have a brand for that. I really wanted it distinct. Slice and dicer, mystery thrillers, murder mystery thrillers, and children's books. They might be able to be separated on the same table, but the same brand, it could be, a little difficult. So probably about 5 or 6 years in when I said, I just need a separate brand for that.
Your customers will tell you what is coming.
Exactly. Exactly. They will tell you. And I think that's
And
a
if you
part
listen
of,
to them, you have
yeah.
to be
Well,
listening.
and that's the, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right because, okay, so I put all my covers down. And so to date, you know, Miss Gwen was teasing me, but she wasn't too far off
No,
because
I wasn't teasing you because
well,
I
you
know.
went too far off, love. You went too far off because I put all the things like I've been in compilations, I've been, journals because I'm high on the journal thing. The kids love we want to write our own story. I said, well, go ahead, boo. And we want butterflies and we want unicorns and we want cars and so they've been dictating to me at the book fairs, and but all together it's 128. So yeah.
Okay, now what's the 128? What number is that of?
Oh, that's everything. That's the compilations I've done that I've been
That's
in.
under
That's
Julia
Churn,
and your
that's
pen
BK
name.
Royston, Royal Media. That's mine.
Okay,
That's
that's
me.
you. Okay,
That's
just your
Cadence
book.
Royal and Beat Julia Royston, not just BK
Oh,
Royston Publishing. BK Royston Publishing is about
y'all
350.
three. Okay,
Yeah,
three
about
fifty four
400.
hundred. Okay, all right. Yeah, but every year you come on, the number is at least 50 more. I know from the company. It's
I'm
at
not
least.
gonna deny it because I'm still writing at this moment. I got two books I gotta do rewrites on right now, so I'm still working on it. And Dr. Rhonda knows I've been working on that for a while, but I'm helping other people, so but it'll be ready by the time
Okay.
I come. I'll bring it. Yeah,
Oh,
All
okay.
right, now
going
that's
for
what I'm
that.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, how do you find the time in a 24-hour day to do all this?
listen, I'm staying up late for y'all. I couldn't wait. I was like, I'll be up late.
Well,
But I normally am in
that's my
bed, but
question, Julia, because
what?
I know you stay up late, and I stay up pretty late too, but I think you stay up a little later than I do.
Oh no, I'm
And
usually in bed by 8. My clients know. So they're looking at me
Oh,
going, what the world was she doing still up? Because I tell them, I'm
oh.
in bed by
So you
8.
get
I'm
up real
usually,
early.
oh yeah, I'm usually up
You're an early
between
riser.
4, 6, 5,
yeah,
7.
see
So
that
I
that's
don't
so
sleep.
that's what it is. See, I wind up staying up a little bit later. You go to bed a little later and wake up early.
Yes, I go
Yeah. See,
much
I've been
earlier.
going to bed later and trying to wake up early, and it's not working
Oh
for me.
no, no,
So
no. You still gotta get 6 or 7 hours, love. You can't. No, no, no. Now I stay up later. Like now, and when we get off, I'll probably stay up another half an hour just because I'm trying to get something done. But
Yeah.
I'll still get up early
Yeah,
because see, I have the beauty of taking naps. Hey,
yeah, yeah, I'm a night person. So at 3 or 4 in the morning, I am not, I'm out. That's my REM sleep.
oh, you don't know your name, huh?
No, not at all. But I'm normally up until at least 1,
Oh no,
normally 2.
no,
See,
no, no.
so I get up around 9 because I do my own schedule.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
have
yeah,
to be
yeah.
somewhere. I don't have to be somewhere in the morning. And, you know,
That's a beautiful thing. That's a
it
beautiful.
is a beautiful
yeah.
thing. I know because even when we had our store, I had to be there for that. I really have only been able to do this since we got out of the retail and we got more in the marketing. And I can do that anytime.
Right, and that's a
So
beautiful thing. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
wonderful.
it's and then I can work other things. When I need to run errands or whatever else I have to do, I'm able to work that into my day. And
Right.
if I want to take a nap, like you said, I don't generally take naps except on Sunday. I grew up taking a Sunday nap
Oh
after
yeah.
church, and
No.
that's part of my every Sunday. I have to have a Sunday afternoon nap. This is what I do on Sunday.
It's hard for me to take naps. I could be completely exhausted and tell my family I'm going to lay down for a couple hours and take a nap. I might sleep for 5 minutes and then I'm up again. I cannot relax like that.
Oh.
I want
You
to.
have and I remember that too,
Mhm.
especially when I still worked a full-time job and
Yes.
working my business. I get that all day long because you want to get as much done while you have the freedom to be able to do it, while you have
Hmm.
the opportunity to be able to do it.
And
So
I
that's
think
what
you're
you do.
exactly right. That's what it is for me is if I know that I have a full-time job and there are certain things that I have to do for Meet the World Image Solutions. So
Right.
my body does not let me rest too long because then I've lost 2 or 3 hours
Oh yeah, yeah,
that I
yeah.
could have gotten something done. And I know I have to go right back to work on Monday. So I'm squeezing every little bit of thing I have to do into the weekend, and I'm still going to church. I'm still doing the podcasts, because I do two of them, that. So, you try to get in what you can get in. And sometimes you look back like, I was trying to do 5 different things in
That's
2 hours.
right. Yeah, you don't know how you did all that. And now
Right.
full time, I still don't know how I did all that. But there's a will,
My
there's a
body
way.
talks to me, and like when I got back from New York, well, we went to New York. Me and Ronnie and I were in New York together. My flight left at 6 a.m. So I had to get to the airport. I left 4 a.m. for the airport. We went to bed at midnight or a little bit after midnight. You can't just fall asleep. So by
No.
the time I got to sleep, it was 1. I had to get up at 3:30 to leave. So I slept on the plane, but it's not the same. Sleeping on the
Oh
plane,
no.
Right.
When I'm on a plane, I'm
not,
out cold.
it's
I
not
don't I
sleep.
don't want nothing to drink. You can keep Brian, you eat my peanuts or cookies
Yeah,
or
I
whatever
didn't
you
no,
got.
well, I didn't do none of that. And I had a smooth flight coming back, thank goodness. But when
Yeah.
I got back home, I got a 3 hour nap. I had to get some sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you
So
gotta get
but
it done.
but we work when we can. We need to get rest because not having rest leads to stress. And so we need
Yes.
to we need to work
Yeah.
that
It'll
rest.
tell on you. Your body will tell on you.
Yes, your body talks to you. So now you're going to be doing a seminar at the festival
Yes.
called uh
Write the
something for
book that
building your
builds the
brand. So
brand.
yeah, talk about you building your
Love
brand
that.
the book.
Okay, so most of the time when you say branding, and I know some authors are like, well, that's not me because I don't plan on having a business with my book. But I want you to really think about branding because there's personal branding and business branding. And so, therefore, having a book that goes along with your business brand is a no brainer. I feel like every speaker, every coach, every ministry leader, every nonprofit needs to have a book. When I worked for a Fortune 500 company, those were the two things they gave us. They gave the book of the history and the foundational truths of the company, and they gave us a planner, a calendar. So therefore, each brand, each book, each business should have a book. But I also want you to think that book is still, we used to say it's the business card. It tells us about you. So it doesn't matter if it's a children's book, it doesn't matter if it's poetry, because my first book ever was poetry. I haven't written another book of poetry. I've written poems, but I've never written another book of poetry since. So therefore, you're wanting to write a book that not only that you're passionate about, but Ms. Gwen talked about earlier, listening to your client and listening to the market. You want to make sure that you're in line with the market because the book business boss consulting, the middle name is business. And this is a first and last book business. So therefore, you want to make sure that you're creating something that not only is what you're passionate about, and you should, and a business and money can come to you if you're passionate about it. You're the leader, you're the spearheader of the message of that book, it'll happen. But if you write something that is not only something you're passionate about but goes along with your purpose and your mission and goals of potentially your life first, because you're always going to be speaking about your book. I don't care. I mean, that's
Right.
a forever thing. But also that this also could be a calling card for other people to partner with you. So therefore, other nonprofits, if you don't want a business, there may be a nonprofit who would be interested in your book for the people in their community or the people that they serve. They have a grant for it. They pay you for 50 copies or 50,000 copies. I don't care. But then you move forward and you think, well, that could happen. Yes, it can really happen. So therefore, having a book that meets a need, answers a question, not just entertaining, that can do it too, but not just entertaining, but writing a book that really can take it to the next level and get the eyes on not only media, but other partnerships and collaborations. So, writing the book that really goes along with your brand specifically is normally the book that people look at you as an expert. You have a level of expertise and you start hearing people ask you that question over and over and over and over again. So I have a brand set, write, publish, and promote that book now. Why? Because people over and over again ask me, so how do I really get started? How do I start my book? Well, Julia, what are the publishing options? And how do I promote? I got this book and it's not moving. I'm not selling. So therefore, I had something on the small level, a book that people could get the intro, foundational tools, methods, strategies on that level. So as my business coach used to and still says, you need a small, medium, and large um, a product or service to sell. And that book is normally the entry level. It gives us the
Right.
background of who you are, who you represent, what you think. So when you read my books, you should be getting into the brain of Julia Royston. I don't care if it's fictional. You know how I think, people that I've come in contact with. Because I tell people, don't talk to me too long, because I might get a story behind it.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'll fictionalize it, and I'll protect your idea, and I'll protect your story. But don't tell me nothing too long, because I'll transform it and take it to the next level. So I'm really wanting people to be encouraged. My husband got a call just yesterday of a major corporation laying off 6,500 workers. Okay. So therefore, and right here, fourth quarter, headed to fourth quarter. So I'm always thinking of your writings could turn into a business, into something else, coaching. And so, people say, oh, child, that's just my side hustle. Well, we found out with COVID how side hustles
Mm-hmm.
and how it could benefit you. So having a book that goes along with your potential branding or next level branding can potentially, no guarantees, but potentially transform your life and existence. Who knew that one little poetry book and then that one yes in 2009 to somebody else would turn into where we are in 2024?
Yeah. Now you're 17. The festival is 17 years old, so you started the same year the festival started.
Oh,
That's
wow.
yeah, that's not the year we started this business. This business is 25 years old, but the festival came out of the book business we were doing already with retailing. And then we started doing marketing for authors because they were asking us for
Right. And then there you
marketing.
are.
And
Mhm.
then they started saying, well, do you have any events that we can go to? And our author base was national. So,
Yeah.
I always think national. I never think local.
I
I
don't
just
either.
I
I'm
just
with you. I
think
don't
of
either.
the world. And with the internet, when we launched cushcity.com, it was when the internet first took off. So that really made it accessible to the
Right.
whole country and the world.
Right.
You're not limited just geographically by
Mm-hmm.
what's around you anymore. But when you were talking about your building your brand and that your books reflect you, you know, that is so true because I have 15 books, but most of them are either about business or money. Even my children's books. My children's books are all about business for kids.
Right.
It's showing kids how you can do business.
Right.
Then I have the one with the biography, the Boss Women book is biographies of actual women who built their businesses, Black women. And then I have two books on economics. I have one book on, my most successful book is my book about going to college debt free with scholarships. That's what money, all of my books have something to do with money or business, just about. Um, so that's what my heart is. That's what,
Right.
that's
But
who
then
I
you
am.
built a business. I mean, you built businesses
Yeah,
and
it's true.
events, things of that
Mm,
nature. So that's a part of not only your business brand, but also your personal brand. It's an offshoot of who you are.
that's
It's
true.
like people say all the time, "Why do you?" I said, "Well, that's what I'm interested in." When I was 4 or 5 years old, they took me to the public library, and I was a ravenous reader. Who knew I would be here? But that was birthed out of what was already in me. It's not like
Right.
you're trying to take a woman my size and make her a ballerina. No, we're not doing that. And I love the ballet and have been many. But the point is, it's already a natural gifting and ability in me. When I talk
Right.
about branding, I'm not talking about trying to turn you into an astronaut and you don't even like science. So I'm talking
Right.
about something that's already innate in you. There's a gift inside of you, and that it can be not only something that you're passionate about, associated with your purpose, but can make you profitable.
Yeah, I'm thinking about writing a book about planning an event, uh,
And what that looks like.
without how to have a successful. And I don't know if I want a book event, make a book event, because I have so many people asking me how do we do the festival. They really, it's been a lot of miracles and angels and grace
Vendors
and
and
all of that.
exhibitors wanted,
Vendors
guide
and
to
exhibitors
events. That's
wanted.
what I'm working on right now. Because they
Well,
asked me, but I'm coming from a
yeah,
different angle. I'm not coming from the
yeah.
host perspective. I'm
Okay.
coming from the not even book people, but I'm talking about the people that are replying. I'm talking about the people who complain about how many people came through and did you promote? Did you tell anybody?
That I
Did
say
you
that
share?
all the time.
Okay.
You thought that
Did you
because you
share?
went to a large
Yeah.
book festival that you were just going to depend on all the traffic that came
Oh
through.
yeah, you
But
just
if
gonna show up like a
everybody
diva and
has
here you
that
go,
same
ta-da.
attitude, if everybody who goes to the festival says I'm not going to promote because there are going to be people coming through, that
Yeah,
means nobody's promoting and
no,
nobody knows that you're there.
that's
And you're
right.
expecting this person who is hosting the event, who's doing all of the logistics, who's communicating with media, who's communicating with everybody, and then trying to get volunteers. You want them to do all of the
You
marketing
want them
for
to
you
do
as
all
well.
the work. And I've hosted events too as well in malls, etc. And I know
Mhm.
that. Did you share? Because I'm looking at your page.
Right.
There are events who require an application who look at your social media before they say yes. They don't care
Yep.
if you do have the money to pay for the table. So
That's
you
true.
know, I had some people ask me, we don't know what we're doing at events. We don't know how to do it. I even mentioned about Canva. Like you create your own flyer. You create the flyer. Now, of course, National Black Book Festival gives us a whole template. So it's
Yeah.
it's not no big deal. Plug your text in there, put your picture on it, and there you go. So
Hmm.
it's on different levels. But the important thing is before you do an event, you need to make sure that it's a two-way street. Same thing even
Yep.
with bookstores. I want my book on all the shelves. I'm like, okay, love, are you gonna promote and drive traffic to that bookstore? Or you
Hmm.
just gonna show up and think, where's my long line? Nobody came to my book. Did you promote it? Did you tell anybody you was gonna be
You didn't
there?
tell anybody you were
You
coming, boo
didn't you
boo.
produce a flyer? Did you go live? Did you do a video? Did you show people what's in the bookstore? Did you?
Now I'm gonna tell you, when I did my book signing at Mahogany Books, I posted it on Facebook. My books did not come on time. I could have easily called Mahogany and said, I'm not gonna come. My books didn't
Right.
come on time.
Yeah.
But I went out there anyway, and I was able to sign people to my email list.
Yes.
I was able to get people scheduled for my podcast. I was even able to sell a couple of courses.
Yes.
And I networked. I was invited to a couple of events to speak or to talk again or to speak or excuse me, to speak or to sign or what
Right.
have you. And I did all of that because I showed up. But if I had sat there like this,
I've seen too many do it. Seen too many of them do it. Seen too many of them do it.
nobody's going to want to come to your
No.
table
No.
because you have an attitude.
Right. And I tell people I travel a lot. Y'all know, y'all see me. I'm a lot of places, but I tell them I go for multiple reasons. There are multiple reasons why I attend events. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I want to sell books. Yeah, I got books to sell. Believe you me, 128 combination of a whole lot. I do. But more than anything, I have a business that I want to grow.
Right.
There are goals that I have that I'm
Yes.
61. I'm not getting no younger. So I have goals, I have places I want to be. And sometimes I need to be in that city, not just for that event, but for other businesses in that city. So you can't just track me everywhere I go and think, well, I didn't get the same. No, baby, because one, you're not me. And secondly, you got to understand what I'm there for. I'm there for
Right.
more reasons than that. That's one of the main reasons why I'm at National Black Book Festival. I feel like it's me. This is just me saying this. I've been in this business for 17 years. I feel like that a part of my duty is to give back and help others. That's a part of the experiences, good, bad, and ugly that I've had. But part of that is to give back. Yeah, I do know how to send you an invoice. Yep, I do know how to. I do. But in at that place where where I've committed to for the last what 3 4 5 years, is
Yeah.
to make sure, because I was there in 2019 with
Yeah. Okay. So you were
Dr.
there,
Nettles.
and
That
then
was my
you
first time.
participated in the virtual too.
Yes, and virtual.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is a part of what I feel like is a part of my give back to new authors, first time authors. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to do. I read the emails, but I still had something in my mind, and I didn't bring the. So those kinds of things are a part of why I go and why I'm there and why I go to many events. Is because I
Amen.
feel like part of that is to be like author in residence, just a part of that to give back and help guide and help direct.
Well, we appreciate you doing that. And now, see, my perspective on the book that and I have an outline. I just don't know if when I'm gonna pull the trigger on it, but it's basically how to put on a large event
Yeah.
without losing your mind or your shirt.
Now that's the part that we need. We need that part too.
Yeah,
This is not,
because
this is like bringing pens. People don't even bring the notebook. People don't even know how to bring up promotional items. They don't know about signage. What's the cover look like? How do you do that? The
and
cover of the
something else
table,
they don't
how to
do.
decorate.
Here's
Yeah.
something else. If you don't have it in your book already, they don't bring change.
No, it's in there. I just finished that
Because
page.
if you're doing transactions, you need to be able to make change. I mean,
One
come
page
on.
142.
And don't think that the organizers are gonna be a bank. And I tell people when they come up to the table. Can you change 100? We're not a bank, and there are banks in the area. That's where you need to go, or you need to bring some change to make change, because you do get a lot of people paying with cards, but
Yes.
you still have a lot of people who pay with cash.
Well, the other piece is okay, so if we want to network, like most of the people, I know we're gonna go, but most of the people, I can't purchase their book. I can't take all them books. I have 128 of my own. I can't purchase your book, but I interview you, right? On my two podcasts,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I interview you, but you hand me a QR code. Okay, now I scan that, but there's still not and most of the QR codes go to buy the book, not to contact you.
Yeah.
How do
No
I connect with
website, no
you? No,
Instagram.
no,
And
no,
and if it does go to their Instagram page, it doesn't go to a link tree or
no.
something where you
Right.
can
Where you can find
go to exactly what you're looking for.
Yes,
They don't
no.
tell anything about
No.
themselves,
And
and
I'm
sometimes
not
all they're
gonna
doing is
well,
posting
go to
cute
my
pictures of
so
themselves.
baby, really? I'm gonna go to all these people, social media? No, no love. And you're gonna get an interview from me and a graphic and promotion and I don't know how to cut. No, love. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it. So it's
Right.
those kinds of things that I'm going from the very basic. Yes, Ms. Gwen, I need you to bring the other how to do the event.
Well,
And
I have an outline. It's extensive.
well, after this one, then look
Yeah,
at it.
after
Like when
this
it
one,
calms
yeah,
down in the holidays,
right.
January, of course, where you are, it's not very cold, but where we
No.
are, that's when writing time is, isn't it, Dr. Rhonda? That's when we write. November, December, woo, January, it's snowing. Hey, we getting it
Let's not
in.
even talk about February. It's cold.
Ooh,
Oh
baby, but
yeah,
we
see
getting
you
it in.
all, and we don't. That's those are our good months.
Oh, I know.
November,
That's when y'all
December,
doing
January, February, March. That's when it's nice. Maybe a jacket. Sometimes not. Just depends.
it.
But we burn up in the summertime. So,
Well, I know. Everybody was burning up this year. But
and
I
when
look
you come
forward
to
to
the
being.
festival, it will be about 80 degrees
Yeah,
in
be ready for it.
October. Middle of October is 80 degrees. So, and we send out the email letting people know that.
Oh, that's
But
another
do
thing.
they
You need to look at your
read?
email. How about
Yeah,
that? And check the spam folder because it might be in there.
that's true. But do they read the emails that you
Okay,
send
we that's
out?
a whole nother show. I
Oh.
gotta go because I know my girl's coming up next.
See, and then y'all wonder why I keep my Black History Month event small. I don't want to deal with all of that.
No, no, no.
I
If
not
I
only
do
do
an
I keep
event,
it small,
I want 25, 50 max, maybe, but
that's too
25 is
many
kind of my
too.
number. Yeah,
I'm
my 25 is my optimal
yeah,
number.
my patience is down here. So So I deal with just a few people and I'm invite only because
Yeah,
I don't want to have to keep explaining over and
Yeah,
over again what's going on.
it's a
I know.
challenge. We sold out 2 months ago. And every day since then, if I get 4 or 5 people who say, "What can you do? How can I get in?" You can't. We had to cut it off because
Yeah.
it was just we couldn't take any more people.
Well, they just need to plan
And
for next year and they need to jump
yeah,
in,
I tell them that plan for next year and the
jump in
dates for
early.
next year already. And we open registration January 1st. And so just be ready. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. That's what
No,
some people do. They procrastinate and they wait till June. By June, we're like 85% full. So you can't wait. And you save money if you sign up early. It's so much cheaper and stress free.
I try to
And
tell them, but they don't listen.
yeah. Well, anyway, Julia, good to see you. We'll see you next month
Yes,
at
ma'am.
the festival. And until then, keep writing and publishing those books.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Have a great evening.
You
Thank
too.
you.